Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is a short story called Yield. It's about an A student. Should I answer it or leave it blank? There's a penalty for wrong answers. David was taking the SAT for the fourth time, and his score had gradually risen from an already high 1420 to 1510. That met his goal, 99th percentile, which would boost his chances of getting into his dream school, Harvard. In addition, David had completed the requisite absurdity of taking all advanced placement, that is, college-level courses in high school, and killing himself to get nearly all A's. Also, he chose expeditious extracurriculars. For example, every college needs a tuba player, and few applicants play the tuba. His application essay studiously trod the required line, balancing assertiveness with humility, plus a safe foundational principle, urging yet more redistribution to women, minorities, and the poor. Thus, David got the thick envelope, which invited him to Visitas, which is Harvard's Admitted Students Weekend. Our, quote, April celebration for newly admitted students. Admissions weekends are more accurately but less appealingly described as a yield booster. You see, even Harvard worries about losing admitted students to competing university. Yield is the ratio of enrollees to admits. That is, admitted students, enroll students who actually enroll to the students who are admitted. Visitas was thus filled with fun events, as well as an invitation for admitted students to sample quote-unquote selected classes. That is, no doubt, selected to be the most engaging. David decided to sample what wasn't selected to maximize yield. So he left the admitted students who were basking in their superiority and their visions of that Harvard diploma opening fantastical career doors. Instead, David wandered through classroom buildings, peeking into classes, each more boring and irrelevant than even high school. Formulas of stochastic processes, Derrida deconstruction of patriarchal literature, polynomial determinants in eigenvectors, socioeconomic antecedents of the First Peloponnesian War, chiaroscuro used by Gergit von Honthorst. This is what I worked so hard for? This is what I prostituted myself for, gave up my teenage years for? He then sat under a tree, thought for what must have been an hour, then pulled out his phone and ordered an Uber. Logan Airport, please. David knew he wouldn't go to college, figuring that as a smart, hard-working self-starter, the benefits of his diploma would be outweighed by his being able to hand-pick his learning opportunities and saving $300,000, which is the full cost, sticker price, of 4 years at most selected private colleges. 4 years at a brand-name public, even, cost $200,000, all in. And many students take longer than 4 years to graduate. Plus, David liked the assertiveness of taking charge of his life, rather than toadying along the prescribed, boring, irrelevant, rite of passage path. Nevertheless, David knew he had nothing to lose by, rather than turning Harvard down, deferring his admission for a year, which many colleges, including Harvard, allow. So he sent the Dean of Admissions the deferral form. But now what? David enrolled in a top-rated online course in entrepreneurship on lynda.com. But he felt isolated and so enrolled in an honors American literature course at a community college. He volunteered as a gopher at his dad's law firm. He applied for jobs as a personal assistant to a small business owner, figuring he'd learn a lot by seeing a professional operate in the real world. But the only person who would hire him, a mere high school graduate, was the owner of a one-person transmission shop, who was longer on expedience than on ethics. Revulsed at seeing the owner spray paint a used transmission to make it appear rebuilt, David quit. And in July, David felt no choice but to yield. He wrote again to Harvard's Director of Admission. I would like to withdraw my request for deferred admission. I'm excited to this fall begin my studies at Harvard. I'm Marty Nemko, and thank you for watching.